Okay. Just arrived in Mournhold, the royal palace reception area, and this is the start of tribunal. High Ordinators. Police of Mournhold. Mournhold is the imperial capital of Morrowind and the holy city of Almalexia, one of Morrowind's 3 living gods. Modern Mournhold is built upon the ruins of old Mournhold, which was destroyed by Mehrunes Dagon at the end of the First Era. You can reach the abandoned passages of old Mournhold through the sewers beneath Mournhold, and adventurers still seek lost treasures in the First Era ruins. I'm here for a specific reason.
Greetings.
Dark Brotherhood attacks. I should speak to Fate. Yeah. Let's speak to one of the royal guards for more information, okay?
Justice never sleeps.
Dark Brotherhood. I don't know why you want to go looking for those demons. Some say they live in the sewers beneath the Great Bazaar. You'll find the Great Bazaar in the eastern section of town. We don't want any trouble there, so mind your manners. Wonder how tough these guys are. I'm guessing pretty goddamn tough. Rope palace. Throne room. No. Start with the Hellset's chambers.
Mournhold, city of light, city of magic.
Legion Depot.
Justice never sleeps.
We have no business in the throne room at the moment. Probably could go there. What about the basement? No one said not to come here. Ooh, palace sewers. It's probably a good place to find trouble. We'll go to the Great Bazaar through the normal routes.
City of light, city
Plus
of magic.
courtyard. Legion Depot. Okay, through the courtyard then. Great Bazaar. Can
Whatever you want, within reason.
I have to move on, I need a... I can't jump from him.
Mournhold.
Good for the
City
Empire.
of light.
Good for all.
City of magic.
Plaza. Bring this to Rome. What's this? Temple courtyard. We're not interested in going to temple. So where's the bazaar?
Mournhold, city of light, city of magic.
Yes, high ordinators. Very ceremonial looking, but I suspect they're a much tougher than normal ordinators. Almalexia and Mehrunes Dagon. Mehrunes and Almalexia. Good grief, did that woman put a good start in my pants? Great Bazaar. Amazing. So, sewers below the Great Bazaar. I do want to explore a bit while we're at it.
I'll thank you to be brief, Sarah.
They don't like me. Dark Brotherhood is a touchy subject, and I'm not comfortable talking about it with someone I don't really trust. High Ordinators. We are the High Ordinators. Move along. Yeah, he doesn't really want to talk to me about anything. Little advice. Whatever you do, don't mess with the hands of Almalexia. If you think Ordinators are tough, imagine Ordinators with bodies, souls, armor and weapons personally blessed and fortified by Almalexia. Yeah, so these guys might be tough. Hands of Almalexia are insanely tough. The hands of Almalexia are the personal guard of the god Almalexia. The hands are pledged to honor and protect and serve Almalexia in all ways. Their bodies and souls are fortified by divine magic, and their armor and weapons bear fearsome divine enchantments. Some say the hands are the most terrible mortal warriors in the world. You're in the Great Bazaar now. South is Plaza Brindisi Darom. North is the temple courtyard and Almalexia's temple. To the west are the royal palace and God Reach. But you can't get there from here. Go through the temple or plaza is God Reach. God Reach is on the western side of the city. There are a number of manors there, owned by some of the more wealthy citizens. You'll also find the Craftsman's Hall, which is a fine place to find armor and weapons. They'll even make them to order, provided you have the materials. You can check out with the Wingguar Tavern as well. Not a bad place for a drink, or if you need a place to stay for the night. You might check out the Museum of Artifacts as well. The curator is always trying to add to the collection. Services. You will find the Smith Bowls in Darlin at Craftsman Hall in Godreach, along with several other fine craftsmen. There's a healer and an imperial altar in the royal palace. Go to the temple for temple services, otherwise most trainers, crafters and merchants are in the Great Bazaar. Hands of Almalexia. Yeah, nothing new.
We both shall profit, Sarah.
Everyone says they're badass. Bookseller. Armory.
If a few words can help, I'd be happy to talk.
Fairly high class equipment, but nothing really special. Ooh, Cellar Gold. 10,000. Nice. I'm 10,000 gold richer.
Justice never sleeps.
Magic.
Trust in gods and justice.
I'm listening.
Nothing really. Ooh. 9,000 gold. Yeah. Ever wanted to do an equipment dump? This is a good place to do it. And we have 24 cure blight disease potions. I think that's a bit too much. Especially since I'm immune. I don't think we need these. I don't get it. It's nice to have a lot of money that I can dump equipment here, but it's only meaningful if I have something
I'm
to
listening,
buy with
please.
that
Go
money.
ahead.
How may I help you?
Yeah, I have 85,000 gold again, and I have nowhere to spend it. Clothier, pawnbroker, trader. Yeah, a lot of money, but nothing really good. I don't know. I don't know what the idea behind this. Maybe people were complaining that the traders don't have enough money for their crap, so they just added traders with more money for the reasons.
With the right deal, we all profit.
90,000. You can get a lot of money here, but I still don't understand why you would want to. Seems like a place you want to get access very early on to dump your equipment, but not to actually play the area.
What's he doing here? Trust in gods and justice.
Greetings, Breton. I'm Merin Othrelas, founder of the Mournhold Players. I'm sure you came here to watch our production of the Horror of Castle Xyre. Well, I'm very sorry to inform you that we won't be putting on a show today. The troupe has its own drama to worry about at the moment. I don't know shit about your acting troupe.
Shoes are killing me. I wish they would start.
Not with these kind of jumping legs. Don't have to give a damn about anything. Okay. 2,000. Holy crap, that's a normal amount of gold. That's not normal. Take an ebony dagger. Lovely. Do we have repair hammers? Yeah, we have enough.
Excuse me, please. If he was a bag, he'd need kicking.
Jesus Christ. Jesus fucking Christ.
Excuse me, please.
Okay, listen, in the sewers. Wonder if you you could make equipment that basically buffs your jumping related attributes and skill. Okay, prepare for a flight. I don't know what to expect, so I'm expecting the worst. I'm not sneaking.
Its scent is
Anya does not
unfamiliar.
know you, so Anya has nothing to say to you. Fair enough. Ghosts. Palace sewers. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. And then it was an ancestral spirit. Most pathetic excuse for a spirit. What is that? That's something new. It looks like a skeleton mage. Greater Ancestor Ghost. Lich. I thought it might have been a skeletal mage or something like that. It was a lich. It's not exactly the same thing. But for here it sort of seems like it is. Which is a shame. Okay. Let's look at the map to get some kind of a sense of where we're going. Seems like quite an extensive sewer system. Beware the Black Dart Gang, adventurer. They've robbed me of everything I hold dear. They who are the Black Dart Gang. They ambushed my lover and me in the temple sewers. Variner helped them off while I ran. When I turned to look back, Variner was down. I just kept running. Now Variner's ghost comes to me at night, begging me to come to him to rescue him. He says he has a message for me, but I can't go down there. I can't face the Black Dart Gang. Variner was a great fighter, but with one dart he was dead in seconds. It'd kill me for sure. Wonder what he left on the body. I can help, so tell me where he is. I don't know. I don't think you'd stand a chance against the Black Dart Gang. They dress like poor beggars, but they throw deadly poison darts. One is enough to kill you. If you see them, run. But if you see Variner's ghost, speak to him. Perhaps you can bring me his message. Yeah, if you see Variner's ghost, please don't harm him if you can. Listen to him and see if he has a message for you.
Yes, Outlander?
Manor District. Well, I appreciate the forewarning this time. You're gonna have a sudden spirit that is not something you should kill. Give the player a warning. Although it seems like a side mission, so it's not that important. Manor District. All the Mournhold. Need to keep that in mind. Old Mournhold Palace Sewer. Okay, sewers are Old Mournhold. Manor. Let's go to the palace. I would expect this to be guarded even though it's a sewer. What the fuck is that? Some kind of rat man? Goblin foot soldier. Yeah, it's hard to tell. Goblin sword, very powerful. 10 to 35 damage. Short blade. Good shield. 10 to 35 compare, it's basically more than what I'm doing with the condition is bad, but yeah, damage 10 to 16, 10 to 35. Doesn't look all that powerful, but apparently it is, so that's a very poor condition though. Based on this weapon, I'd say this is higher level requirement than Soul Sun had. Residential sewers. One area at a time, please. What makes goblin swords so dangerous? Okay, that's probably the guy. Anyone who we meet here, we assume to be hostile. These are the palace bazaar sewers. That's non-hostile. Apparently it was hostile. Seems a bit odd. Palace basement. More goblins. What is that? No, I don't really care, it's not hitting me. Wild Jerzog. I should have known. I don't really like the models. I don't think they're bad in the sense, but it's really hard to see from afar what they are. They're in many ways there's too much detail to a simple model like this. Yeah, and it's about to break. I'll rather use the summoned weapons. At least they're in good condition, always. And it's not drastically worse. Oh, quest tours. They're better weapons, but This is good enough. Yeah, this is a bit bad. So many enemies now. Ooh, we could test our area of effect spell. Damage something using the loud. I'll test the shock. How much damage do they take? Yeah, quite a lot. More than I thought. Yeah, not enough magicka. Ah, you start casting. Okay, we need 2 casting to handle goblins. Not too bad. And goblins start to be fairly dangerous. So if that amount of enemies gets to hack on you, you're going to go down. We'll need to change the... Yeah. I like the light. We'll test the poison too, but the poison should do a little bit more damage. You know, the shock will do more damage. Yeah, I like the shock quite a bit, so we'll take the shock. It's also more... I think it's a bit cheaper and easier to cast. Residential sewers. I don't know why. Poison damage apparently is better in some ways. I think here. Yep.
Come on then, say something.
Logar
and
the
move on.
Bloody. What do you want? The rules of House Lalu are simple. You must never interfere with the business of House Lalu, or if you do, be sure you are not caught. If you're never caught stealing from a member attacking or attack... You're never caught stealing from a member of attacking a member. That's probably supposed to be or attacking a member. You'll be fine. If you are expelled, you will have to make amends. So you're sleeping with a skull. Congratulations. So, nothing new here. Yeah, the goblins aren't that tough. But there's quite a lot of them. I don't know. I came looking for the Dark Brotherhood, not the slaves.
I
Talk to
suppose
the
I have a
boss.
moment. What is it?
Dillborn. It's a slave. Yeah, that's Dillborn. We have nothing on Dillborn.
Welcome to my world, where we do things my way.
So, we have anything to do with those guys, so... Goddamn rats are picking a fight. Those creatures look sort of interesting, but they also look very typical. In overall, the Elder Scrolls world is very generic fantasy game world. Very, 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 very generic. Where the race features have been copied from other franchises or games, and there are unique things, but that's because of the people who made these games for so long have built the lore around. But take that lore away and it's pretty standard fantasy game. Nothing particularly interesting about it. We've been here before. That's not a terrible thing, but it sort of highlights the problem, but that I have a hard time seeing this game working as an MMO. This is pretty much the time where the Elder Scrolls Online has been released. The guys who make the single player experience build the lore and stories around that. That and the sandbox experience modability is why I think people play this game series. So I don't see why or how this could be a very attractive MMO target. This broadsheet is a newsletter copied on cheap paper featuring sensational events in the city of Mournhold. One article describes a list of individuals who died under suspicious circumstances when their interests conflicted with those of a former prince of the West. The reference is clearly King Halseth, king of Morrowind, formerly Prince Halseth of the Kingdom of Wayrest, in the province of Hyrok. A poet can have no higher purpose than to tell the truth about the human condition. I have a little list, they never would be missed. Appearing at the top, 3 names: Anhar Khajiit male, Martyrius Aruntius Imperial male, Drusole Asiele Breton male. What do these 3 names have in common? All 3 at one time or another presented an inconvenience to a western noble prince named Helseth. Anhar was an agent for eastern ebony merchants. There was an unfortunate scandal concerning improper contracts offered to Halseth as compensation for his assistance in obtaining ebony import remits from the Imperial Board of Census and Excise. Luckily for Prince Halseth, the scandal blew over when no one could be found to testify. Is it just a coincidence that Anhar's health went into a steep decline, just as he was to testify before the Imperial magistrates? He died a natural death, according to the Imperial coroners. Convenient and timely perhaps, but natural. Martyrius Aruntius was a city alderman of Wayrest. Prince Halsed's liaison with the alderman's married daughter was potentially embarrassing to the prince, especially when Martyrius Aruntius forcefully pressed his suit for predatory adultery in Wayrest's courts. Many thought it strange that Martyrius should suddenly fall ill and die of exhaustion on the eve of the trial. The suit was settled out of court and charges dismissed. The imperial coroners ruled that Martyrius Arrhenius had died a natural death. Convenient and timely, admittedly, but natural. Giugiole Asiele was a diplomatic attaché at the High Rock Embassy in Wayrest, widely rumored to be an intelligent officer. Giugiole was often seen at court, taking a great interest in the affairs of Queen Berenzia and her family. It is said that Wayrest can be a beastly, uncomfortable place in high summer. Perhaps the Breton's constitution was ill-suited to the relentless heat and pestilential swarms of the southern Iliac. Giugiole took suddenly ill one evening, and within 3 days he was dead. Once again, imperial coroners ruled that Giugiole had died a natural death. Convenient and timely, yes, but natural. And these, the common tongue notes significantly, are only the A's on the list. Some have quietly suggested that Prince Helseth was the most accomplished and subtle poisoner in the West, but the common tongue has never seen a single scrap of evidence that would prove such an indictment. Admittedly, the absence of such proof could count as qualifying towards the title of a most accomplished and subtle poisoner. And further, the common tongue does not wish to suggest that King Helseth is a poisoner, or that the recent death of King Aethin the Lethan was a poisoning and not a natural death. The common tongue has never seen a single scrap of evidence that would prove such an indictment, and the imperial coroners have ruled that Aethin Lethan died a natural death. I believe. Yeah, as I was talking about Elder Scrolls Online, I never got it. First time I heard the news, the thing that came to mind was not excitement or anything like it. It was just a question of why. Because never had anyone suggested or made a good case for the Elder Scrolls series to be an online MMO. The best case probably for a multiplayer was I'd like to play one of these games with a friend. I think that's a reasonable suggestion. But it's also a choice by the developers if they want to support that, because these are at the center single player experiences that rely heavily on a single protagonist doing everything. Oh my God, Reach. You're the hero, you do everything. This doesn't work if there are multiple main characters here. You could make it work because people who play it that way, I mean with friends, they don't give a shit about that. They're not bothered by things aren't exactly
I do not want
logical.
company. Go away.
They just want to play with their friends. That's it. That hasn't been possible, at least not easily. I guess the MMO became because it's sort of a well, I'm not sure if fad is the right word anymore. I guess it passed a few years ago, but everyone wants to make an online game because you get to charge people more. You get to do all. It's easier to control piracy. You get to charge more. You get to charge constantly. It's accepted that all current MMOs are filled with microtransactions of some sort. It might not be gameplay related, but they're accepted in vanity items if nothing else. So it's a great way to pump money out of a. Instead of having a large injection of money from a single player game every what there's several years, so it's probably a big risk. There's a long time in between where you're not seeing any income, and then within a few weeks to months your game either sells and you'll do okay again for the next cycle, or you crash and burn. So it's much more reliable, preferred to have something that produces you income
I'm
constantly.
listening. Please. Go
So
ahead.
MMO is good for that. I'm guessing something like that. Would you like to look over my wonderful collection of clutter? Perhaps you would like to consider helping me fill out my collection. Yeah. What the hell is the Dark Brotherhood? Black Dark Gang. All kinds of things, but I haven't seen anything but goblins there. I'm going back to the sewers. Yeah, I can see the attraction making an MMO, but the question why is because no one wanted this. I'm sure you can, if you dig deep enough, you can find people wanting it, but you can do that with everything, so that doesn't matter. The point is, there wasn't a huge outcry or desire from the people who play these games to play an MMO. Probably the opposite, because imagine you playing like a deep pro player and some random guy comes bunny hopping like an idiot. It, it just ruins your immersion, ruins your experience. Even the story doesn't really work well. Imagine this story, Nerevarine, okay? Now imagine 20,000 Nerevarines running all over the place. It just doesn't work. The game world breaks apart. It's so obviously a game, and I can't get up. Big part of the game is the huge lore, the immersive experience, the great game world they built. In an MMO, you can't build the immersion the same way. You just can't. It won't work.
He is a hard man.
You have to basically. The people can be influential, skilled, good, but you can't build the game around individuals in that sense. Because you have thousands, tens of thousands of them, and they don't agree. They don't act according to your desires and lore. They're probably going to team up to screw up with your game. That's the most likely scenario. Large, organized groups of players, with their only goal is to ruin other people's experience. So you just it's a different kind of an experience. Very antithesis of
What's he
basically the
doing?
polar opposite of what a Elder Scrolls game used to
Sorry,
be.
not interested.
So I never really got that, and I don't find the what I've heard and seen about the game. Nothing seems attractive or that makes you wish, oh, I want to play that. All just looks sort of a bland and uninteresting. So I don't get it. I'm sure it'll make a profit. If you have a successful franchise like this, there's enough initial interest to probably pay back the entire thing, and if your game isn't a total piece of shit, there's gonna be people that keep playing it, so you'll make your money back. I don't think it's a from a money making perspective. I don't think it's a bad choice. Probably it's going to be a positive thing, but I just don't get it. What the hell is the sewers on this level? I'm trying to go to the as slow as I can, but
Justice never sleeps.
was there something? No,
Walk in the light in the Spirit's names.
there has to be a sewer because the ghost should be in the sewers below the temple district. Clearly, they're. This leads somewhere. Yeah, basement. That's better. Hopefully we'll fight the Dark Brotherhood or the goddamn gang. What are you attacking? I don't see any stats reductions or anything. My equipment seems to be okay. But what the hell is that guy doing? The temple source. Ah, so you can't come here from that. I'll explain it. Still, there should be some kind of a gang here. Not the Dark Brotherhood, then the Dark Gang. Some kind of group, pathetic losers anyway. Yeah, this guy's attack has power. He's never going to kill me. That's the problem. You have about 2 times you can cast before you die. This kind of crappy half-ass spell casting is not gonna do it. You need to be able to disable the opponent with the first 2 strikes. If you can't do that, you lose. Temple Sewers East. Yeah, this is going to be a extensive trekking before we can find anything. Thought I'll just go into the sewers and we'll find the Dark Brotherhood fairly quickly, but Temple Sewers West. West it is then. I'd like to find something. No gangs. Oh, ooh, this looks good. Dark throwing mothers. They're no match for my jumping ability. What is it that they do? I'm not detecting anything. Poison damage 5, yeah, health damage, damage fatigue, damage health, damage poison. These are actually quite good. Very good in fact. 10 points of poison damage for 120 seconds. That's 1200 points of poison damage, so yeah. Wonder.
I have you.
Ho ho! We got pretty much 2 hit and we were dead. Why? What the hell have I saved recently? Temple sewers. Why did I die? All their damage is on. They're low acting poisons. A lot of damage, but over time. I wonder if it was sort of similar to what you can experience with the water walking. The damage can sort of get stored.
You Inwa. You Inwa. There is no escape.
Okay, I'm taking damage, that's good. I still don't understand what killed me. I'm sure there was a perfectly valid reason for that, but I'd like to know what it was. I have to try it again.
You Inwa.
So... Ho 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 ho! Ha 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 ha! 200 points of damage. Holy shit. Do I have any range attacks? I'm not going anywhere near that. This guy's super dangerous. What the fudge did you throw at me? He doesn't have anything that warns that. A single attack, they basically almost killed me. He doesn't have... He has a bleeder. Yeah, at best he could have done 10 points per second. I have 240 hit points, so but I almost got insta-killed. Yep. I can only assume that they have a few very deadly darts. So initial tactic against them has to be to avoid the first few darts. After that you can go after them. It'll start using the normal ones. Malara stuff. Adamantium boots. Huh. I'll leave these here, because I don't know what they're relating to. This is my box, what I keep what I keep all my stuff in. Stay out, or I will make you dead like Killer's pet Durzard. But stop moving after he sat on it. Skull, servant skull, drum, black darts. I still don't understand where the damage came from. Nothing seems to justify it. That's sort of why my initial thought was the poison damage is being stacked somehow and basically not counted. And then when I actually take poison damage after it, the damage that has been accumulating inside me suddenly gets applied. Similarly to jumping into water from great height is safe, but if you cast a water walking spell there, you will take the damage you should have taken. So you can instantly die, probably. You can, because we tried the Icarian flight scrolls and that's exactly what happened. Well, if you're into throwing darts, yeah, these are great. Absolutely amazing. But this isn't the guy we're after. We're after some dead guy. And his ghost. Better save. But that's a good reminder that potentially pretty dangerous enemies here. We haven't been here. Airhitch. Lich. Stranger, listen. I have a message I must tell you. My name is Variner. I was killed by the Black Dart Gang. I beg you, avenge my death. Their hideout is in Old Mournhold Temple towards west. Many have died fighting them, but there is a mechanism that can flood the room, drowning the gang. Find a lever that looks like a torch holder near the east end of the chamber. But whatever you do, don't get too close or you will join me in the afterlife. Maybe it's a game mechanic. So you're supposed to do it this way. Because their weapons did not explain what happened there. Abandoned crypt. Mechanism is on the wall somewhere at the east end, at head height. Probably in the same area. Were they in the eastern sewers? Or western? I don't recall.
There is no escape.
Holy shit. Nice healing power. It's not going down. We haven't been here. Ah, crap. Where exactly is it? We have invisibility. Is it even this one? Yeah, I don't think it's this one. I think it's the Western Sewers. Yeah, that would be my guess. I'd like to see this end, so at least one of these things can be finished properly. I think we've killed most of them though. I didn't really get his instructions. Those the dart throwers are in both directions. So is it absolutely necessary I need to use the switch thing, or can't I just kill them? They're all dead anyway, so what would be the point of flooding this crap? What did I take? Adamantium cuirass. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what the fudge he meant. It's a lever that looks like a torch holder. East side. Does it mean this side or this side? On head height. I don't know. I'm going back to talk to the ghost, see if we've already done this enough. If it's not, I'll end there anyway. Where was the ghost? Was it here? I don't recall. Abandoned crypt. Yep. Don't really recall. Don't recall at all. So, I don't recall. The mechanisms on the wall somewhere at the east end at head height. Hideouts and yeah, sewers west. Sewers west is in the north. No matter if I find it or not, I'll end there. I can't spend all my time looking for some kind of levers to pull. That's not at head height, that's not at head height, that's not at head height. This is lower than the others? No, definitely not. It should be here then. Head height. Head height, anything at head height. No, this is... I'm basically looking anything that pops out as odd. It's not that kind of a holder. I'm guessing these will be basically closed. So... I'm not finding... I can't see the lever. I'm not even sure where it's supposed to be. Everything here looks just normal, so... But I'll end it here. We'll worry about what we have to do and what we can't do some other time. I have no idea what I'm looking for. Head height should be... Yep. Got something there. So half the height of that. And I'm not seeing anything. So yeah. Screw this, I'm going home.